What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a real raw short message about anxiety and how it's been affecting me lately. I hope you can relate to this. I hope this message and video meets you right where you are, and let's get into it. Anxiety. Wow, I can't even believe that I'm talking about this. For me, anxiety is not a lighthearted conversation. It's something that's real and like an open wound right now. I know that people say everybody struggles with it, but after the past few months that I've had, I feel like there's no way everyone struggles with it like I do. The spinning in my mind where I'm going in circles about this one particular thing that has taken me from my home, put me in the darkest room possible, tied me up, blinded me, and taped my mouth shut. The feeling of going from 0 to 100 within a matter of seconds. No word in the English dictionary describes how I feel when I'm overwhelmed and anxious. Or so I thought. When I Googled it, I found nightmare, complex, obsessive, horror, but most importantly, bugbear. Yeah, that's actually a word. The meaning of it is any imagined fear presumed larger than it really is, something that causes irritation and frustration. Thank you, Lord, for the phrase bugbear, because I actually think that describes it perfectly. And now we're all going to remember bugbear, so you're welcome. When I start to feel the sinking hole that anxiety creates, I'll say bugbear out loud. Will it help? I don't know yet, but maybe it'll get my mind to focus on something else for a little bit. If I'm honest, I have the hardest time talking about anxiety for two reasons. One, I can never talk about it without crying. No matter how hard I try or how I try to make jokes about going to therapy so I can beat somebody else to the punch. And I know crying's not something to be ashamed of. To be real with y'all, I cry all the time in the closeness of my room with the door shut, which is much different than out in the public. I don't like crying while trying to talk to other people because I feel like I can't properly articulate the words that I want to use. And in my brain, all I'm thinking about is, Emerson, stop crying. The second reason I have a hard time opening up about anxiety is because I don't like to admit that I'm going through or dealing with something that beats me up like that. You could say I'm a people pleaser, and I wouldn't disagree. I want to be there and strong for everyone. But sometimes I think if I'm not fully put together, I can't be. I'm not saying all of this to get affirmation, but to be real with y'all. I honestly think I needed this to write down my feelings more than y'all needed to hear it. However, I did want to share it. My calling requires vulnerability, and I'm learning exactly how to make that happen. But I need a starting place, somewhere just to get the ball rolling, which is exactly what this is for me. I would hate for anyone to think that I'm perfect and that I never share my struggles. I hope people talk about how I'm completely open with all that's happening within me. I want to share the good, the bad, the ugly, the exciting with everyone. I want this to be a part of my testimony in a way that I can help others. By me talking about anxiety, maybe I'm helping somebody else realize that just because I follow Jesus doesn't mean I don't struggle. And yes, I read my Bible. And yes, I doubt sometimes when God says that He'll always be with me. Life isn't always perfect, and it's not a fairy tale as much as I'd like for it to be. But what has kept me grounded through this season is something that my pastor taught us. He says every time before he starts preaching, and it helps to calm his emotions. It goes, God is not against me, He is within me, working through me, fighting for me. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this encouraged, inspired, strengthened you, whatever it may be. If you have any comments, if you want to share your story about anxiety or anything like that, comment down below and I'll make sure to read it and respond to you. Also, please give this video a like if you like these shorter, real, raw messages and if you want to see more. Thank you guys so much for listening and being here, and I'm so excited to grow as a community with you.